Hello, my name is Mark, and I'm a nurse, and I'm starting a new channel. It's the Surfadoc channel, and it's all about medical tourism, health tourism, and wellness tourism. I recently got interested in this field about a couple years ago because it fascinates me that you can charge so much less for the same service or procedure out of country. It's where I live here in the US, it's very expensive for heart surgeries, for any kind of medical procedure. And you can go across the border to Canada or Mexico or anywhere and get that procedure at like 60 to 80% off with the same quality of service. So I just want to do my part in spreading the word about medical tourism, and I hope that you guys will follow me. Um, so every day I'll be here. I'll be giving daily news stories about medical tourism, health tourism, and wellness tourism, as well as my opinions. And I just want you guys to know that these are just my opinions, and you, I cannot take any responsibility for any medical tourism errors or mistakes that actually happen to you. You have to do so yourselves and do your own due diligence. I'm just here to spread the news and share my opinions. Okay, thank you. That's the disclaimer there, so you guys don't take me to court. First of all, we have Nigeria. Nigeria is losing 1 billion annually to medical tourism. Nigerian authorities say the country is losing more than 1 billion annually to medical tourism as tens of thousands of Nigerians travel abroad in search of the best treatment. Nigeria's health ministry say it's building several world-class health centers to address the issue, but not even the country's own president seems to trust the healthcare in Nigeria. So in Nigeria, there's a big disparity between the rich and the poor, and the rich are very rich, and the poor are pretty poor. And the rich, they don't trust the health system in Nigeria, um, much like the president. These are the same rich people that order pizzas from London. Yes, they order pizzas from London and have them flown into Nigeria. So there's this kind of ideology that things from, outside from the West or from India or outside of Nigeria will be better, although they can get the same services done there. They just don't trust the doctors there, etc. So they go to places like South Africa, India, the UK, and Europe or America to have their health services taken care of. This in turn takes a lot of money out of the healthcare system, and this is pretty bad because it doesn't help improve the system for those below, those who don't have that kind of money. So there needs to be a kind of fundamental and ideological change in the people of Nigeria and in for the rich, so that everyone could benefit when they stay in the healthcare system and try to improve it there. This next article also goes into that article, and it says medical tourism. Is it right for Nigeria to ban public officials from traveling overseas for healthcare or not? So, as a previous article said, the president, um, in his early days, he went away. I believe it was to South Africa. I might be wrong. He went away for healthcare services. Now, this shows no public confidence in the healthcare system, and leadership begins at the top. So he should have had his healthcare taken care of in Nigeria, so that he can have show confidence for the people of Nigeria in the healthcare system. If the president, who is the top, won't even stay there for his own healthcare, um, much more for the people below him. So two bills were brought up in the House of Representatives to ban government officials who tend to be in the upper tier, the the 1% of people in Nigeria, two bills were introduced to ban them from going away for healthcare services. But of course, it was rejected, and that's because the rich want the ability to go away and have the healthcare services done somewhere else. Um, I don't have a particular opinion in it. I'm just bringing the news, but these two bills, they failed, and I really think that these people should, the government officials should try to really improve the healthcare services in Nigeria before trying to go away. So that's that there. Next, we have thousands are crossing the border for cheap medical services, and in the border states, especially in the U.S., like New Mexico, Texas, California, Nevada, a lot of people go across to Mexico, Tijuana, Mexico City, and other places to have cheap services done. Now, there are a lot of qualified doctors in Mexico, and you can save up to 70%, 70, 80% for, especially like dental treatments, plastic surgery, that kind of stuff. You could save a lot of money, but you have to be careful because their standards aren't as rigid as they are in the U.S. You should always try to make sure that the professional you're hiring is board certified. Try to get some references from people who have gotten work done there. Make sure that you know where the procedure is going to be done, because they may have a nice office in the city, but then when it comes to the procedure, you may not like the facility. The facility might not be up to standard. So make sure you get a tour and make sure you clarify all those things beforehand. Another way would be to get a medical tourism facilitator, and they will help you. They will help navigate you throughout the whole stay, and they will help you find qualified doctors. So if you get a medical tourism facilitator from the U.S., one that is registered, one that is established, one that has a good track record, it would, not saying that it would eliminate all your problems when you go to Mexico, but it would help. It would help mitigate some of those problems because they know what to look for. So it's always a good idea to get a medical tourism facilitator and do your due diligence. This is your health. It falls on you. You have to do your due diligence. Just as you wouldn't go to any doctor in the U.S. just because, in the U.S. or Europe or wherever you're from, just because they are a doctor, you have to research them. You want to do your due diligence to see where you're getting your healthcare from and who is administering your healthcare. Next, we have this one is medical wellness tourism. Scotland is aiming to cash in on wellness tourism in a new campaign. Scotland is filled with a lot of wilderness, a lot of natural resources, so the country is really pushing to establish itself as a wellness tourism destination. They have a lot of Buddhist retreats, rural spas, historic abbeys, bespoke guides. So it's very easy to establish itself, and this will bring in a lot of tax dollars to Scotland. So, it's a growing field. It's a relatively new field as travel increases, amount and globalization increases. So, I think that Scotland is well positioned as a first world country to really establish itself and benefit from wellness tourism.